Okay.
Okay, so part 2 of Marie's reading for May 25th, 2022. Okay, I'm going to share the screen to your chart again. 1 second. Okay, can you see the chart okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so back to the North Node in the 5th house. So the point was to explore what shadow work creativity is. Shadow work is really just another word for making the unconscious conscious, or for doing inner child work. And so with this North Node in the 5th house, that's what it's asking you to do anyway, because 5th house is related to the inner child. So play with the inner Marie during this process. It's powerful actually to do, I mean, you can visualize her right now of being with you while we do this reading, and you have her like hand in hand, and you visualize what she looks like, what is she wearing, how old is she, and actually during this process, it was powerful because we're all in our different transformations, and before you go to bed, you could take a couple minutes and you could check in with your inner child, and you could talk to her, you could visualize her, you could bring her into your heart, you can ask her, well, what do you need to feel safe during this process? What do you need from me? Because in truth, the inner child is connected to your soul more than any other part of you. So when you're feeling scared or alone or unsure, or you don't trust in the process, you don't trust in the universe, your inner child, that's your inner child feeling those things. Your inner child is scared. She's like, well, I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know where we're going, and I don't really trust. And depending on our different traumas from childhood, because if you're a human, we all have them. There's a part of your inner child that wasn't properly nurtured in some area. Regardless how perfect someone's childhood is, there's always some area of life where the inner child didn't get what it needed. It didn't get its needs met. So during this process of transformation, it's extremely beneficial to check in with your inner child before you go to bed, even just for a couple minutes, and ask her, what do you need to feel safe? You could visualize her walking up to you. You could visualize her hugging you, and just listen for the answer. Listen for the answer, know the answer, see the answer, whatever like channel you get information, hear the answer, you'll get the answer immediately from her. And it's your job as, the caretaker of your inner child is to help her to feel safe, because that's the part of you that doesn't trust or doesn't feel safe, is the wounded inner child, essentially. Mm-hmm. So if she said, and then you can ask her specific questions. Well, what would you like? How would you like to creatively express yourself so you heal those emotions from our lineage? And she'll answer you, well, I really want to dance. I really want to paint a picture. I really want to, she'll tell you specifically, she'll tell you why she doesn't feel like it. She'll be like, well, I don't want to. The point is, she always has something to say, and she desperately needs our attention. And so that's why we feel like we're dying. That's your inner child saying, hey, I have a message for you. I need to talk to you. I need my needs met. And so that's that connection. And it's really simple yet so profound what a shift and how much it can help during this Phoenix transformation stage you're in. You get the point, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So now let's talk about having the North Node in the constellation of Taurus. So the North Node in Taurus The opposite, the South Node, is in Scorpio. Let's talk about South Node first.
Okay.
The South Node is, again, what's most comfortable, and it's in the 11th house. The 11th house is community, it's groups, it's networks you belong to. It's very comfortable for you to hide in a group of people. It's comfortable for you to be in community. It's comfortable for you to basically give yourself to a group, a network. But it's not so comfortable for you to be on stage with your own creativity. So in this life, your soul is asking you to not so much, instead of focusing on like the collective and what the collective needs and what humanity needs, it's asking you to be more selfish and tap into your own creativity and, what does Marie need? Okay. So, and then Scorpio is death, it's loss, it's transformation, it's healing with another person. It's the most intimate sign of the zodiac. It deals with the 8th house, which is other people's resources, because Scorpio's landlord of the 8th house. So Pluto, Scorpio, and the 8th house are all the same energy. They're all the same archetype. The Scorpio energy, the South Node, it's very familiar with shared resources. Like, this is our house, this is our car, this is our bank account, this is us together and relationship, deep, intimate, and healing with another person. But your North Node in the 5th house is asking you to be more comfortable and more self-sufficient. Like, this is my bank account, this is my car, this is my house, this is my creativity, this is me on stage, this is my personal resources. And I'm strong enough, not like, to be an island and to isolate by any means, but to be more self-reliant and more self-sufficient. So Taurus is all about self-reliance, self-sufficiency. It rules the 2nd house, the opposite of the 8th house. So the 2nd house, Taurus, and Venus are all the same archetype. Taurus, Venus, 2nd house, same energy. So you're learning about that. So I would study Venus. I would look at your own Venus, and we'll go over that. Your Venus is in, looks like Scorpio in the 12th house. So I would study Venus in the 12th house in Scorpio. So because Taurus rules the 2nd house, I would study the 2nd house. Because you're learning, remember, the North Node is you're learning. You're learning this, it's brand new on a soul level. Taurus is all about money, finances.
Yes.
It's the most fertile sign of the zodiac, fertility and abundance. So you're learning that you're extremely fertile in a way of creating, of manifesting, of getting your needs met, of resources, like learning to have and share resources, because as this world is falling apart, the stronger you are and the more resources you have, the more you feel safe and secure, and the more you have to share with the world. So instead of doing shared resources, think about what resources you have personally. And resources could be people, friends, networks. It could be not just things, not just material things, not just like a car or a house or money in the bank, but resources like friends and people and support systems. Those are good resources. So your soul is asking you to learn how to be a self-sufficient being who's rich in resources and fertile like the earth, because Taurus is an earth sign. So it's asking you to maybe adopt more ways of making passive income, making more money, putting yourself out there more, feeling more abundant, like calling in certain archetypes that help with abundance, like Lakshmi, or the Archangel Michael, anything that like uses the color green, that vibrational color, like calling in more abundance in your life. And abundance is not just money, it's lovers, it's friends, it's resources. So like maybe wearing more green, maybe doing some color therapy, like getting green sheets before you go to bed, you're sleeping in green.
But it's green has come up in my life a lot recently. We just acquired a friend of mine who's now come live with us because he just was in a transitional point in his life, and he is a Leo, like my husband, and his favorite color is green, and so green has been popping up everywhere because he loves green, which I like never have green in my house, and so it's been a real transition for me.
All right. Yeah, the universe will send you what you need all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, green, if you think about that, what is Venus? Venus is the heart chakra. That corresponds to the color green. So doing meditations around opening the heart, getting more house plants, having more green life, and starting a garden. Forest people love gardening, they love nature, they love getting their hands dirty, they love nature, like going on hikes, like being in natural green and nature. That super brings in abundance. What's interesting is wearing the color gold brings in abundance. Working with the fairy realm, like getting little house plants and putting little fairy figurines that say, I welcome abundance. Like there's so many different tricks to like really bringing in more of what you want, kind of like casting spells or doing little rituals around.
I do a lot of feng shui stuff too.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Even like anyway, you get the point, but like that Taurus is the most fertile and abundant sign of the zodiac.
Okay.
And so if there's any programs that come up around lack, you're the last person that should have those because you're the most abundant with that North Node in Taurus. But you're learning that in this life. So just developing a really good mantra around knowing that you have more than enough resources and abundance and you're safe and taken care of. And just because we're in a very chaotic place in the world, you can still make a point to make a very calm inner peace within. And so there's a saying that I read like years ago that was like, the ones that will survive this shift in consciousness are the ones that find their center and keep it. So that's a whole other topic, but you get the point. Is
Right.
We'll talk about that. It's your hour of power. Have you heard of you've heard of Tony Robbins, that old motivational speaker? He does a speech on hour of power. Okay. So he explains that, I mean, this is how you find your center and keep it, is whatever you love to do it every day for an hour. Only for you, not for anybody else, but for you. And for him, it's swimming. So if he swims every day, and he says, if I miss one day, I feel extremely off, because the more I do this activity, the more it feeds my soul, and the more it gives me energy, and the more I do it, the more powerful I feel, and it's my hour of power. And so he describes during this lecture how important it is to find what you love to do and do it every single day for an hour, which is really nothing. It's just an hour. But this activity that you do builds in momentum energetically so much that you can't not do it, because you feel so amazing doing it, and it helps you to find your center and keep it. So that's part of, I guess, a suggestion from me is finding something that you really love to do only for you and do it every single day. And you can experiment with it, like maybe you like writing. And you write and meditate in the morning or do some yoga in the morning. And maybe it switches to drawing or painting and you do that for an hour. I mean, you can play with the hour. It doesn't have to stay static, but just a suggestion.
No, I like that.
So let's see. Before we get into Black Moon Lilith, I want to talk about, because this is a collective thing we're in, the North Node is in Taurus for everybody.
Okay.
The South Node is in Scorpio for everybody.
Oh, okay.
So the planet as a whole is all learning how to Taurus. We're all learning about how to develop and gain more resources, more financial abundance, more personal resources, more self-sufficiency. And we're leaving behind Scorpio on a collective level. Scorpio South Node is, it's darkness. Scorpio is the deepest, darkest planet, Pluto. And so the whole collective is going through a purging of essentially evil and darkness on the planet itself. And so people, and it also rules death, war. So as you can see, the planet and people are going through their dark night of the soul on a collective level. And because this is your personal North Node return, it makes it so you feel like you're not doing this alone. It's like, well, everybody's kind of forced to look at this North Node in Taurus and learn how to be more resourceful within themselves. And everybody is looking at their shadow. Scorpio's shadow, it's Pluto, it's the underworld. And so you'll see a pattern of everybody close to you having to face something within themselves that they maybe suppressed for years, that they can no longer run from anymore. And so the whole collective is going through this process of purging and going to their underworld and facing these old patterns and programs that don't serve them any longer. And people are suffering. People are dying more, probably the next 13 months than like the history ever. People are dropping off like flies. And I'm not saying this to be like morbid. I'm just saying this is the evolutionary path for the cosmos. This is a divine plan. Like it's the way the energy is playing itself out. So there's a bigger purpose. It's not just, oh, people are suffering and the universe is laughing at us. It's like, it's getting us, it's squeezing us of what no longer serves us so we can rise up in vibration, and the planet itself is rising up in vibration. We need to match her. So we're all healing together, and some of us will make it through the shift and some of us won't. And the people that are leaving this planet, of course they can always return, but it's like, if you're so far out of alignment with your path and healing, you're not going to be able to, in other words, the people in your life that stay in your life will have to evolve with you. And the people that are stuck and they're not evolving fall away out of your life. And that's it's a very hard reality of the people that you once loved, that you've known for years, even your own family members. If they're not evolving with you, it's really hard to have them in your life because they keep you stuck in the South Node. They're not evolving with you. And anyway, did you have any questions so far about anything?
So this whole Night of the Dark Soul thing, so that's happening for everybody, but is it happening in my chart in particular to me too, or
Yes.
I missed that? So it's kind of like a double whammy.
So because the inner wheel is your natal chart, it stays static, it doesn't change. The outer planets are the transiting planets, so they keep moving. They don't stop moving. It's like the universe took a snapshot of your soul.
Yeah,
so
I see them. Okay, they're off.
yeah, so the planets keep moving. So for everybody, like the sun is in the constellation of Gemini now. So that's why we're having everybody's birthday who's a Gemini this month.
Yeah.
And then everybody has, we got we're in Mercury retrograde because there's a little R next to it. So Mercury retrograde, we got another couple weeks of that. And everybody has the North Node in Taurus. What's different about you is it's hitting, right now it's in your 6th house, but it's hitting your 5th house for you personally.
Okay.
And then it'll hit your birth North Node personally.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like everybody's, because it's going, so picture the constellation, the zodiac wheel in the sky, right? All the constellations in the sky. And so all the planets keep moving through the constellations. But what's different is the positions of the inner wheel is personal for you. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So what's really fun and maybe hard is, see this planet Uranus?
Uh-huh.
If you ever, oh, by the way, if you ever don't know what a symbol is, if you scroll down, because I'll send you this in an email, all the, the symbols and the sun. So your sun is 20 degrees Scorpio, 51 minutes, 24 seconds. The moon's in 5 degrees Sag, 22 minutes, 19 seconds, and so on. So it tells you all the symbols. So here's your true node is North Node, true node Taurus, descendant node, South Node, Scorpio. So anywho, this looks like a spaceship. That's the planet Uranus.
Okay.
Which is what Uranus rules Aquarius. Uranus is eccentric energy. It's the Tower card in Tarot. The Tower card is eccentric, drastic change. Like your house is on fire and you have 2 seconds to get whatever you need and then get the hell out of the house. Like that's it. You can't control the powerful force of Uranian energy. Uranian energy, because as above, so below, it's unstable. It's like electricity. It's powerful energy that breaks down form. So if Saturn is the planet of structure and form, which this entire paradigm, the society is built on Saturn form, well structured. Uranus tears down that form. So it's powerful energy for breaking down what was stable. So notice how this planet is touching your North Node right now. So that's saying your soul's evolutionary path right now is very unstable. Like you feel very like you're getting all these curveballs. It's like the Tower card. All this, your life seems like it's falling apart and crumbling and nothing is reliable. You're trying to hold on to something and there's nothing to hold on to because there's no uncertainty because Uranian energy is taken over. So that's why your life may seem like it's like in shambles or it's disorganized. But the beautiful part is this transit of Uranus passing over your North Node is breaking down the old structures that need to be broken down. Like maybe you've become so reliant on a way of being that Uranus, when it passes over a certain point in your chart, you have no choice. You can't control Uranus. So it takes down what needs to be taken down. So it's doing the job for you. It's just our egos are like, yeah, but I need some kind of something to hold on to. And I mean, it's human nature. Our human needs to feel safe and secure. Our ego needs to feel safe and secure. It likes reliability. It likes structure. It likes knowing things. So it's hard. You're in a hard transit. So that's why Uranus is breaking down the old structures that keep you from evolving. Like, this is a huge energy that you're in right now. It is taking out of your life for you so you can evolve, and you have to trust that this is part of the cosmos helping you out. There's no man in the sky torturing you. Like, this is a very good thing in the end. And it may feel like you're dying, but yeah, it's a good thing. Because once Uranus moves, which, to be honest, it takes 7 years, but it'll move off of your north node at least. At least it won't be like touching. I'm not saying you're gonna like embrace this for 7 years. No, I'm saying in Taurus.
Okay.
So for example, for everybody, Uranus is in Taurus, but for you, it's touching your north node in the 5th house. So an example of this is crash in the stock market, because Taurus is money, Uranus is eccentric energy. So people's money is being like the Tower card and being like destructed. People's resources are unstable. Like, I don't know where my next paycheck is coming from. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford a house. Everybody is feeling this turmoil of Uranian energy and money and resources and the earth. Everybody is on edge about money. I mean, look at, out of nowhere, we have inflation. Now, gas is higher, and I went to the store to get groceries and I got barely anything.
Yeah.
So everybody is like, what the hell? How am I going to survive? How am I going to raise kids? How am I going to afford having fun? How am I going to go? But it's the gift in this, if you can believe there's a gift, is it's getting you to be super clear on what you value, because Taurus is values. It's getting you super clear on where you spend your time, where you spend your energy, who you spend it with, what activities you're doing. And it's getting you super, super clear on what do I value. If I was on my deathbed, what would I have to show for my life? What activities did I do? Where did I put my time? Where did I put my energy? Did I waste it, watching Netflix 10 hours a day? Or did I, build my own business and give something to the whole? Or did I create a work of art? Did I, create this powerful healing practice? Or, you know what I mean? Like, that's the gift in this, is people are learning what they value most, and to now get rid of out of their life anything that sucks their energy, anything that they place their money in that they shouldn't, like addictions, like, I don't know, cigarettes. I think cigarettes are like $12 a pack now. Like, people are getting really clear on, like, do I really need to spend money on this anymore? Does it serve my highest good? And so that is the gift, is people can no longer hide from themselves, and people are getting really clear on what they value and what they want to do with their life, because you're only awake 16 hours a day. That goes by quick. Yeah. You sleep for 8 hours of it, and then you got 16 hours where you spend your time and money and energy. So that's the gift. So hold on. Hold on to something, which is your inner center. That's what you hold on to. Everything else is unreliable. So you have to find your center and keep it. All right, now let's talk about Black Moon Lilith.
Sounds like a song title.
A metal song. All right. This is hilarious, but this window has popped back up of, you're running out of time. You have 10 more minutes. I just paid for this. Wow. All right, my dear, I'm gonna have to close this window one more time.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. I just don't question anymore. It's just Mercury retrograde and the universe is throwing us curveballs. I really do apologize,
Okay.
but I'm gonna have to close this again and invite you back in.
All right.